pen dry these days, boy. I tell you that. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy K1K back for the first official vlog episode on the bike. It's been a long time coming, guys, but I was having some technical difficulties with equipment and stuff, so hopefully I got this situated now. Hopefully my audio and everything sounds good for you guys. But gonna do a quick ride and discuss kind of afterthoughts of the dyno, and also kind of like why I got into riding, you know, my first bike, that sort of thing. But so I'll start off with the whole dyno stuff first. But afterthoughts of the dyno, overall I'm not disappointed with the results. Made on 191 wheel, as you guys saw in the previous video, and 76 torque, so not bad considering it's an off-the-shelf map. Obviously there's room for improvement and stuff. You know, Brent did say up front on their website that they recommend the use of a Power Commander 5 for the fueling. You know, the BMW bikes have that crazy smart system where the bike auto-tunes itself, so you could be sort of in the ballpark and the bike will get itself back within range. And I want to say they say it's like around a 15% correction on there, which is pretty amazing, you know what I'm saying, to be honest. But you know, Woolage isn't out, so I got to take the good with the bad, and you know, I already knew what I was getting into when it came to that. So but there were some spots where it was super lean up top, kind of like 13.7 to be exact, around 12 to 14.5-ish RPM, you know. That definitely concerns me, because on the road it's going to run a little leaner because of the ram air effect. So for that reason, I'm not going to do any aggressive pulls until I get this Power Commander in, which I just ordered today. So I'm hoping it'll be here within about 3 days, 4 days max. I can hurry up and get it in the bike and go back to track rated performance and let John work his magic on it, and probably pick up a little bit more power, to be honest, because there were some spots that was really rich in the low to mid-range areas, so that would explain the torque being, you know, where it's at and stuff too. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm optimistic about it, but at the end of the day, the bike, you know, before I knew, you know, the air fuels, it pulled amazing though. Quick shifter and everything works significantly better than stock. Amazing differences, man. You could feel that the bike was just, it was opened up, it was alive, man. The front wheel is, I'm on the cloud with that thing whenever I'm doing second gear pulls. I got straps, they're at Track Ready shop. I just haven't got them to put them on. I forgot about them, but I'll get them and strap it, because definitely I know once I'm able to get a full tune on this thing, it's going to be a different beast, and it's definitely probably going to want to wheelie a lot more than what it's at now. So, but why did I get into motorcycle riding? I have Jose to blame for that, man. A good friend of mine from back in the day. We were into cars and stuff together, and he's still into cars and stuff, and he used to have a bike. I want to say it was a Gixxer 750, and I think it was like around the year 06, 07 or something. Jose, if you're watching, man, comment that in the bottom, man, and let me know, correct me on that, because I know I might be wrong. He was like, man, you want to ride? And I just was like, man, you trust me with your new bike, you know? But I wanted to ride bad, man, so he told me the little basics. I already knew how to ride standard and stuff, so I knew the principles between clutch and gas, so that was easy to transition, and just told me to look where I wanted to go, and here's your front rear brake, have at it, man. So I rode through just the neighborhood area, man, and it was amazing, man. It made me have a whole nother love for just motorsports and anything in general, man. And nothing feels the same as being on tubes, bro. It's crazy. I was in love immediately, man. I was hooked, but I didn't buy a bike until many years down the line after that, though. You know, I was just big into cars then. I had an RSX Type S, and at the time I think I just had bolt-ons, and I was like, man, I need to get Honda K Pro. That was like $1,100. You know, I wanted to get this and that, just different things I wanted to do to the bike, and I was gonna save up for a Peak Boost Turbo kit, which at the time they were one of the bigger companies, and you know, I think they were running like a 3071R kit, you know, so it was spooled pretty good, and people were making pretty good power on those things. So I was more prioritizing that than anything, despite finding a new love for bikes. So you know, I ended up just sticking with that and putting bikes off to the side. I was still living at home at the time. I was young, like 19, just back from college, trying to get on my feet and stuff. So parents were already like, hey, you ain't parking no bike here, you know. They were straight up, you know, honest with that. And so I knew I'd have to park it at a friend's and all that. And when I first moved out, I had an apartment, so I definitely didn't want that thing stolen, because bikes get jacked around here a lot too, just like anywhere else. So I wasn't about to do that, man. It wasn't for that. So I just decided to hold off, man, and then got in a serious relationship, all that stuff. Wife was worried about my safety, of course, and, you know, I pretty much told her, man, when I hit 30, I'm getting a bike. You know, I knew I would get all that kind of like craziness out of my system for the most part, you know, so I waited, and literally, I'm pretty sure I was 30, man, or 29. You know, I was 1 year shy. I ended up getting a 09 CX6R. I guess you guys are wondering probably why I went with that bike instead of, you know, R6, you know, Gixxer 750, 600, you know what I'm saying, Honda CBR 600RR. You know, there's different choices, but I did a lot of research ahead of time, and a lot of people were saying that the ergonomics on those bikes were designed for big guys, man. And I'm 6'4", you know, 240, you know, and I need to be comfortable on these things, man. And riding my buddy's R6, you know, that thing wants you to be like in a tough position at all times, the way everything is set up with the stock rear sets and everything. And you know, the Gixxer bars are super narrow compared to these things. So I'm glad I made the choice I did, man. The ZF6R was super comfortable for me. I did put sets on it after the fact, but it was comfortable in stock form too. But put the rear sets and everything on it. I love that bike, man. I found it about 4 hours away from where I'm at currently in Texas. I want to say it was $5,800 or $5,700 or something like that, and it had like, I think 3,300 miles or 2,300 miles, one of the two. The only thing that was done to it was a full stainless M4 Street Slayer exhaust, and literally that was it, man. That was it. I could tell the bike was track ridden because the dude still had, like, you know, the zip ties on the front forks, you know, from when they was getting the suspension adjusted. And then also he had like the masking tape still in the very corners of the headlights and stuff. That didn't really bother me though, man. Kawasaki got the bike back and it was at a dealership, so I figured, you know, they do a decent service and look over, you know, once over on it. And I took a friend of mine that knew a lot about bikes at the time, and he looked it over and, you know, he put a seal of approval on it, so I was good with that. So I ended up getting it, and I ended up putting a BMC street filter on there, Grace block offs, flash tune ECU flash, flash tune quick shifter, the Vortex rear sets, TST integrated taillight and fender eliminator, and I believe that was about it, man. I never downloaded that bike or anything because, you know, it's a 600. Wasn't out there to try to make power with that thing or anything. I just wanted to have fun and do some track days, which I did get my first track day session in with that bike at Crescent in Texas, the 1.3 to short track. Man, it was fun, man. The most fun I ever had, to be honest, on anything. Like, it was amazing. Good time. I learned a lot about just bikes and handling and stuff like that day, and obviously it's nowhere near ready to take that bike to where it could actually go, but just being able to see a fraction of what bikes can do was dope, man. I learned a lot. I recommend that to anybody that even just casually rides and doesn't really plan on trying to go like CMRA or anything crazy like that, but you'll learn a lot about braking and handling the bike and all of that, man. It may save your life on the street, you never know, but you get that peace of mind of not having to worry about some loose gravel here and there and all that kind of stuff when you're out there, man. So I definitely recommend it. They're not super expensive, man. So go ahead and test them out, and you know, let me know what you think if you've done any track days, and, you know, what was your first track day? Where were you at, and what did you think, and how was the organization that you was dealing with, you know, that sort of thing. So let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much my experience with bikes and stuff like that, and riding in the beginning or whatever. So right now, you know, obviously I have the 21 ZX10. It took me about 4 years to go to a leader bike, and you know, been enjoying it, man. It's been a good experience so far. Only about 6 months in, but I got to ride about 800 miles in a month before I had to go on the road. So obviously had to get used to it again when I got back. But man, I love this bike, man. The ride's great. It's got some good creature comforts, and you know, going from a 09 to a 21 bike, a lot has changed. So, you know, having cruise control and all these rider aids and stuff is definitely way different from what I'm used to. But it's a good getting used end bikes have or can get with a little bit of an upgrade from Cowie. You know, like the heated grips it's already pre-wired, and it's like 400 bucks to get that if you live in a colder environment and stuff. But awesome bike, man. Love this thing. You know, Cowie definitely got me a fan for life. Not saying I would never ride anything else or buy anything else, but Kawasaki's an amazing company, man. They make good products, and so far they've treated me very well. So that's why I stayed with them. You know, it's my second one straight. You know. Let me know what you guys think about the new intro song. My boy Juiceville Beats, man, look him up. I'll throw his info in the description. Look him up, man. Let me know what you guys think about the beat. He made that for me, a good friend of mine, and I'm really loving that so much, man. Loving it a lot. I had to play a little more than I would have played, just so you guys kind of get a feel for it. We will get the power commander, like I mentioned earlier, throw that thing on the bike, and we will go to track ready and get the fuel and stuff done, and I'll get you guys some content of what the bike feels like from there.